I can walk my dog again. Feels like almost like 40, close to 50 degrees here in Indy, but it's Christmas Eve. I enjoy the holidays, but my good old kiddos' birthdays are in December, and quite frankly, I can't wait for the holidays to be over. But what a day, what a day. How's everybody doing? What's going on, Jonan? Top of the morning. Nino's finally out for a walk again, bro. I was on a headset on Xbox playing Rivals last night, and my Xbox buddies, they had a conversation. He said at an airport about to fly home. Oh, Jonan, where'd you go? Where you coming from? Yeah, he's definitely happy about the walk. He's definitely happy about the walk. But my homies was like, they thought it was crazy. As much as I'm into comic books, they was like, why aren't you that into anime? I said, well, to me the biggest difference between uh, anime compared to a comic, to me comic books are more intricate. The plots, uh, I don't know. To me, they're just the a comic book plot. Well, the comics that I generally read, they develop more characters, a bigger universe. Like your Marvel and your DCs, generally, I mean your Justice Leagues, your Gotham's, your hell TMNT, Mutant Town, and all of his characters. I just think they develop more than a lot of animes. There's my favorite anime all time is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. To me it's just it's more interesting going through the alchemy, and it's dark and good side. But the other animes, to me, they're kind of simplistic. Not saying that they're bad, but I like with Dragon. I think they're very emotional. It's animes feel more like of a drama. I believe I was kind of late on Naruto, but I think Naruto would be probably something I'm interested in. Yeah, exactly, Johnny. Like to me, I think comics has a bigger lore, more characters. They introduce more. They build a bit more. It's not that I don't like anime. It's just for the most part, that's my thoughts. Okay, Jonas says I'm going to Maryland for the holidays. Okay, I got you. That's not too far from where you're at either, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Jonah. That's my favorite anime. It's Full Metal Alchemist. Hit me with a one if you're an anime reader or a manga reader. Hit me with a two. I kind of want to see which people prefer. What up? What up? However, I will admit that I believe that anime and manga is more popular. But comic book readers or graphic novel comic book readers. I mean, I still think that they have a pretty big fan base, but manga wise, demographic wise, I think anime has got comics in popularity. Hold on. Two, I'm more of a manga anime guy since it offers something a bit more creative and different. However, I mean, I guess I would move. The martial arts and magic, I think is pretty. Is I like it. I mean, anime is pretty cool, but a lot of animes, I see a lot of similarities in anime. It doesn't. I guess how should I say this? They all kind of seem a bit the same. Like, I think you could easily, with almost all animes, like almost every anime, especially the popular ones, I think you could easily do a crossover with all anime characters. It's good, yeah. I don't I don't see I don't see that much of a difference. I mean, your One Punch Man has the. I mean, honestly, One Punch Man is almost a parody of Superman and Goku. More so, Goku. Yeah, I think Baki's pretty cool. But but it definitely has a. You can see the influence of Dragon Ball and all, and the majority of the mangas. You see the influence of actual Superman in mangas as well. Morning. What's your thoughts on One Piece? Because that world is full of random interesting. So, I've watched a couple episodes of One Piece. I think One Piece is amazing. I think that's probably one of the creme de la cremes of animes. That's if I were to do an anime, that's something I'd be interested in. I like um I haven't. My kids have told me to watch to get into my academia as well, and I'm I like comedy, but I'll admit when it comes to anime, I like the darker side. I don't like as much comedy. But I mean, to each is his own. I can understand if people do like it. It's not like something I make fun of, or just my taste. I got. I really like Trigun. I'll go Full Metal Alchemist, Trigun kind of guy. I could do Inuyasha. I could do Baki. I definitely could do Baki. But that's yeah. Well, yeah, Jonah. Actually that probably would be my next watch. I think One Piece will probably be what I would enjoy a lot. That's what. Yeah, that's what I really like. Really, that's what gravitates me towards. Um, yeah, with DC, just multiple characters, side characters, supporting characters. You know what? I've never checked out Helsing. I've never even heard of Helsing. I know who Van Helsing is, but I never heard of like the if there's a Helsing anime. I've never heard of it. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. and I'll also admit, there we go. What up? What up? What up? What up? I will admit, comic has way more diversity. You can see Hispanics, blacks, whites, women. Well, anime has always given women. I would say anime shows has always shown love to female and male characters and kids. Comics did as well, but yeah, in a comic book series, you're almost guaranteed to see way more diversity. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm over here by these trees, so bear with me in my connection. Hopefully the connection will get a little better, y'all. Hopefully it'll get a little better. How's the connection? Is it getting any better now? If the episode seems overwhelming, I recommend speeding through the manga. Despite the tone of One Piece does have some crazy moments. Said you're liking the video is a bit better. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely windy out here. Come on, Nina. We're not gonna go for the longest walk. This will be good enough for you. Okay. But I mean, I do my best to show. I try to show love. I have to give anime some more attention. And mangas. One Piece will probably be on my list. I just got a hold of somebody's Netflix account. But I honestly, I mean, to be frank, if I got a hold of a Crunchyroll account, I might have to hit up my buddy Bundle. If I got a hold of Crunchyroll, I probably have a different opinion. Yeah. It's at 10% blurry. Yeah, that's the connection. That's probably the connection. But yeah, do you guys like comics or anime more? The real question. All right, we got the Master of Railway. I'm actually a kid that is 6 years old. Well, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you hopping in the stream with us. Hit the like button, show some support. Gordon Thomas says, hey, what up, Gordon? What up, Gordon? We started off the topic of anime, mangas versus comics. You prefer, and yeah. Yep. See how the morning goes. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's a crazy balance because I mean, you've got martial arts, you've got powers and abilities, you've got the I guess both introduces or are influenced by demigods and biblical stories. That's one thing that comics and animes and mangas have. One thing they have in common is their their influences coming from biblical stories and demigods. So what up, SSJ? So I guess at that point it's just what's your influence, what's your inspiration. They're really not. I mean, to be honest, they're really similar to each other. It might be a different face. Okay, well that's cool, Railway. To be 6 years old, you got a extensive vocabulary to be six, my good sir. Might be a genius. Jonan says yes, biblical and Greek normally. Let's see here. He said I'm a dip. I don't know what that means. There we go. But yeah, it's not too much of a difference. It's like personal preference. And I'm and another reason why I like comics is they kind of cover more ground. They introduce more cities. They travel a bit more. And the popular comics expand into space. I think most animes. I don't know too many animes that go into space. That go into. I guess space would be considered almost scientific. Yeah, I would say an anime goes into the spiritual realm a bit more. It's normally some sort of a entity. So yeah. Mostly DC does multiple cities. Marvel mostly takes place in New York, LA, space. And then you've got Africa, and then you've got Namor and Aquaman going underwater. You've got Swamp. Is it Swamp Thing? You got Man Thing and Swamp Thing. Space Dandy is a space adventure anime. It came out into. You got Space Dandy. Okay, yeah. So I mean, most regular Marvel characters and X-Men originate in New York. Yep, that's true. I'm trying to think. Yeah, New York is probably the positive. Yeah, New York is probably the influential space of all characters. I mean, the popular ones at least, right? And really, really, it's not even fair to really compare the two, because comics and the stories of the characters have been around since the 1920s or 30s, whereas what would you say, anime maybe 78 or early 80s. So I guess for as new, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of content. There's a lot of content that's being pushed. You got, I mean, also you have Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's got an intricate story with science, magic, space. He said 60s. Okay. He said SSJ says anime. I'd say early. He said early 70s or 80s. Animes like, oh yeah, Astro Boy and Speed Racer. Yeah. Astro Boy was probably, yeah. It's a but I guess it's was influence for their time. Would America have started and carried the mantle of influence of cartooning? Because if you're talking about the Speed Racer, that was almost like Hanna-Barbera and your Scooby Doo's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Astro Boy, Speed Racer. Yeah. Oh yeah. I just noticed that y'all did comment alike at the same time. But okay. And then, would you guys prefer to have the entire or having? Well, matter of fact, how many pages is a manga generally? Because the question I was going to ask was, would you prefer to buy increments of 20 pages or have the entire manga? Anime might have been established before the 20th century. Might have been established before the 20th century, but a lot of its modern influence come from Disney. I can see Wacky Racers and those Hanna-Barbera shows being influenced by Tron or Speed Racer. Because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't even with the lips. I think they just put human lips on the characters back then on some of those shows. With Speed Racer, they might have done it. I'm trying to think, did they do that on Johnny Quest as well? Mangas usually are 170 and 180 pages. Okay. So yeah, that's the question. Would you rather have the 170 or the 180, or would you rather do the 20 pages? I mean, you could wait for the actual graphic novel or book of a comic book series. I like the anticipation, waiting for the next 20 pages. I don't know, it builds hype to me, because yeah, if I just hurry up and go through it, I don't always appreciate it. Matter of fact, in general, when it comes to TV shows, like if I sit there and binge watch a show, I can enjoy it, but it doesn't feel the same as in my childhood days, where I had to wait the next week for the new episode to come out. And I would say, you know what, let me wait. Oh man, it's out. Let me go get it. So marketing wise, that's what I kind of like more. I don't know if society feels the same way or not. That's what I'm asking you guys. He said mangas, let's use 170 pages. He said, SSJ says mangas are too expensive now. I recommend buying the 2 or 3, the 3-in-1s to save money if you want them physical like me. I definitely did that on Voltron or made a lot of edits. Okay. Naruto mangas used to be $7.95. Now they are $11 or more. I got you. And mangas are still in black and white, if I'm not mistaken, right, too? They Shoujo B before they y'all remember those days? They used to have trading cards inside of Shonen Jump. Not me, but my buddies used to steal cards out of the Shonen Jump magazine. They go into the store, crack open that plastic, steal the cards, get up out of there. Wouldn't take the magazine though. Back in the younger days. Yeah, mangas are usually in black and white, but some issues come in color, or DBZ's manga pages are in color. Now, does it cost more for the colors? For the color mangas? That's the question. Is there a price difference? Because I did, through my research, it is way more expensive to have color pages than black and white pages. Okay, okay. I'll take the volume for manga and 20 pages of floppies, and it cuts costs since comics adds a lot of color in others. Okay. Because really, yeah, I mean, really, a comic might say like 30 pages, but and then probably five five of those pages of the 25 to 30 pages are advertisements. Oh wow, he said I got all of the DBZs in color and they were like 20 each. Okay, I got you. Hold on. Bringing Nino in 1 second. Come here, Nino. Come here, Nino. Go be a dog. I'll be back. Go be a dog. Okay, so it's done a little quicker. I have the DBZs in color. Okay, I got you. Now, next question I got is, how do you guys would Godzilla be an anime, or yeah, what round would you put Godzilla in? Because everybody has a Godzilla variant, or Godzilla part of everything now. Get out Godzilla. I think the Godzilla crossovers are a money grab. It just doesn't make sense to me. I didn't care too much for Justice League Godzilla. I don't really care too much for Ninja Turtles Godzilla, but I guess it's cool to just that it happens of popularity. Okay. There we go. I didn't. I agree with you, SSJ. I didn't have an interest in King Kong or Godzilla probably until they faced off with each other. It's just, I mean, just one monster, the army, and the different governments coming together to try and stop this monster. But the culture and lore of those mystical monsters is interesting to me. But I didn't know that they both were in the same space. And it kind of was before our time as far as it being popular. So yeah, as far as popularity. You said Transformers. Transformers is cool. Transformers is cool. I to me, there's a certain point in Transformers that loses my interest. So I mean, yeah, once it gets to a certain point, I don't know. It's Transformers is cool, but I'm not there for the long haul for a Transformers series. Not saying that it's bad. It's just not my thing. I'm not really into robots that much. Now, a transformer is more powerful, but Gundam is more interesting to me than Transformers. I could watch a Gundam series, no problem. Yeah. You know what? I think that'll be a good crossover. Take some of the Gundam fighters against some kaiju and some mystical creatures. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably go with them. I'd probably go with them. I mean, they may not be related, but it's like it's two robots. What up, John? I'd take them. That I think that Transformers One was probably my favorite out of all. Even the live actions, that Transformers One is probably my favorite one. But yeah, I'd rather read that. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm about to get my day started. I appreciate you guys for checking out the stream. We might be able to do something tonight. If you guys got any ideas, or if you guys want to go live on you guys' channel or on my channel, shoot, just let me know. Hit that like button. I appreciate the support, guys. And happy Christmas Eve. I don't have any plans as of right now, so I might end up streaming and nothing themed. Just, we can just shoot it. Just have some fun tonight if you guys are free. Yep. All right, y'all. Y'all have a nice day.